Welcome to Harness Ancient Wisdom. Today we will look at Cleopatra VII, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt. We will look at the romances and alliance that ultimately became the fall of the last pharaoh. To put this into context, Egypt was ruled by pharaohs for at least 40 centuries, over 4,000 years. Imagine that when Cleopatra was ruler, she was closer to us in time than she was to the building of the Great Pyramid at Giza. This was a time when Rome was becoming ever more powerful and the pharaoh's rule would finally come to an end. This is a story worthy of its own Netflix series. If you like nerding out about history and mythology, you should subscribe. So let's get into it. Cleopatra's death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the Hellenistic period in Egypt, ushering in the era of Roman rule. Cleopatra's life and reign have captivated historians and storytellers for centuries. Her intelligence, political acumen, and captivating personality have made her a legendary figure. As the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt, Cleopatra's reign was a time of great political turmoil and intrigue. She navigated complex relationships with powerful Roman generals like Julius Caesar and Antony. Her story is a tapestry woven with threads of love, power, betrayal, and ultimately tragedy. It's a story on a scale that is hard to imagine. Despite her significant role in history, Cleopatra's true origins and heritage are often misunderstood. While she ruled Egypt, she was not ethnically Egyptian. To understand Cleopatra's identity, we must delve into the history of the Ptolemaic dynasty and her Greek ancestry. This video aims to explore the life and legacy of Cleopatra VII, shedding light on what is known of her ancestry, her rise to power, her relationships with prominent Roman figures, and her enduring impact on history and popular culture. To understand Cleopatra's heritage, we must first understand the Ptolemaic dynasty from which she descended. The Ptolemies were not native Egyptians. They were a Macedonian Greek dynasty founded by Ptolemy I Soter, a general in Alexander the Great's army. After Alexander's death in 323 BC, his vast empire was divided among his generals. Ptolemy I Soter seized control of Egypt, establishing the Ptolemaic kingdom. The Ptolemies ruled Egypt for nearly 3 centuries, maintaining their Greek language and customs. They considered themselves heirs to Alexander's legacy and the rightful rulers of Egypt. The Ptolemies, while Greek, adopted many Egyptian customs and traditions. They presented themselves as pharaohs to legitimize their rule and appease the Egyptian populace. They built temples dedicated to Egyptian gods and participated in Egyptian religious ceremonies. This blending of Greek and Egyptian cultures characterized the Ptolemaic era. However, the Ptolemies remained a distinct ruling class, separate from their Egyptian subjects. Born in 69 BC, Cleopatra VII was the daughter of Ptolemy XII Auletes. Her mother's identity remains uncertain, though she was likely of Greek Macedonian descent. Cleopatra grew up in the cosmopolitan city of Alexandria, a melting pot of cultures and a center of learning in the ancient world. Cleopatra received a privileged education, fluent in multiple languages, including Egyptian, a rarity among her Ptolemaic predecessors. She excelled in her studies, demonstrating a keen intellect and a thirst for knowledge. Her education extended beyond languages and included philosophy, mathematics, astronomy, and politics. Growing up within the royal court, Cleopatra witnessed firsthand the complexities of power, the fragility of alliances, and the importance of political maneuvering. These early experiences shaped her understanding of the world and prepared her for the challenges she would face as queen. Cleopatra's path to power was fraught with challenges and dangers. Her father, Ptolemy XII, named Cleopatra, and her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, as co-rulers upon his death in 51 BC. However, the siblings soon clashed, and a power struggle ensued. Cleopatra sought to consolidate her power and rule alone, but faced opposition from powerful court officials who favored her brother. Ptolemy XIII was determined to assert his authority and claim his rightful place as co-ruler. Forced to flee Egypt, Cleopatra sought the support of Julius Caesar, the powerful Roman general who had arrived in Egypt pursuing a rival Roman general, Pompey. Cleopatra's encounter with Caesar would prove to be a turning point in her life. Recognizing Caesar's influence and military might, she sought his support in reclaiming her throne. Their meeting, shrouded in legend, marked the beginning of a strategic alliance and a passionate love affair. With Caesar's military assistance, Cleopatra defeated her brother's forces, securing her position as the sole ruler of Egypt. Cleopatra and Julius Caesar's alliance extended beyond the battlefield. She became his lover and confidant. Cleopatra accompanied Caesar to Rome, where she was received with a mixture of curiosity and disdain by the Roman elite. Their relationship produced a son, Caesarion, further solidifying their bond. Cleopatra's time in Rome exposed her to the intricacies of Roman politics and strengthened her position as a powerful ruler in the eyes of the Roman world. However, Caesar's assassination in 44 BC left her vulnerable and forced her to return to Egypt. Cleopatra and Antony, a love affair and alliance. Following Caesar's death, Rome descended into civil war. Mark Antony emerged as a key contender for power, seeking to honor Caesar's legacy and secure his own position. Whilst Cleopatra sought to protect her own kingdom and expand her influence, she formed an alliance with Antony. Their relationship, like Cleopatra's relationship with Caesar, was both political and romantic. Smitten with Cleopatra, Mark Antony spent several years in Egypt, solidifying the alliance with Egypt, not to mention enjoying a lavish lifestyle. Their relationship produced 3 children, further intertwining their fates. Their alliance posed a significant threat to Octavian, Caesar's adopted son and heir. Octavian, vying for control of Rome, used Antony's relationship with Cleopatra as propaganda, portraying Antony as a puppet to a foreign queen. The Fall of Cleopatra, the end of an era. The conflict between Antony and Octavian culminated in the Battle of Actium in 31 BC. Cleopatra supported Antony with the Egyptian navy. Ultimately, she witnessed the defeat of their combined forces. They fled back to Egypt, pursued by Octavian's army. With Octavian's forces closing in, believing Cleopatra to be dead, Mark Antony took his own life. Cleopatra, imprisoned by Octavian, realized that her reign had come to an end. Unwilling to be paraded through the streets of Rome as Octavian's captive, she died by suicide on August 12, 30 BC, at the age of 39. The circumstances surrounding her death remain shrouded in mystery. Tradition holds that she died from a venomous snakebite, but other accounts suggest she may have used poison. With her death, the Ptolemaic dynasty came to an end, and Egypt fell under Roman rule, marking the end of a rule lasting several dynasties and spanning over 4,000 years. Cleopatra's Legacy, Fact and Fiction. Cleopatra's legacy is a complex tapestry woven with threads of historical fact and enduring myth. Her story has been told and retold throughout history, often shaped to fit the narratives of those in power. Roman historians seeking to justify Octavian's victory often portrayed Cleopatra as a cunning seductress who used her beauty and charm to manipulate powerful men. However, modern scholarship has begun to challenge these traditional interpretations, recognizing Cleopatra's political acumen, intelligence and leadership skills. She was a skilled diplomat, a shrewd negotiator and a capable ruler who fought tirelessly to protect her kingdom and her people. Cleopatra's legacy extends beyond the realm of history and into popular culture. She has been the subject of countless works of art, literature, film and theatre. From Shakespeare's tragic play Antony and Cleopatra to Elizabeth Taylor's iconic portrayal in the 1963 film Cleopatra, her image has captivated audiences for centuries. The enduring enigma, Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt, remains an enigma, a figure shrouded in mystery and intrigue. While her Greek ancestry is undeniable, her legacy transcends her heritage. She embraced Egyptian culture, presented herself as a pharaoh, and fought fiercely for her kingdom. Her relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, while driven by political ambition, demonstrate her ability to navigate the treacherous waters of Roman politics. Though ultimately defeated, she died on her own terms, cementing her place in history as a symbol of resistance against Roman domination. Cleopatra's story is a reminder that history is not always black and white. It is a complex tapestry woven with threads of power, love, betrayal, and ambition. Her legacy continues to fascinate and inspire, reminding us that even in defeat, courage and determination can leave an indelible mark on history. If you've got this far, please give a like and subscribe. It means a lot and really helps the channel. Harness ancient wisdom.